Good evening, everybody. It is Thursday, April 16th, 2020. Don't have too much for you tonight, but we wanted to just touch base and see how everybody's doing tonight. Got some good news out of the White House, I guess, today. Government, or I should say President Trump, is or has released a three-phase plan as to how to get the economy and everybody back to work and everything open again. Seems pretty rational, reasonable, leaving it up to the governors to kind of make some of those decisions. Listen to the experts and all that, but hopefully that gets some good news back out to a lot of communities that are really being affected by this. We'll see how the Dow futures are tomorrow morning. We might check in early on that and see how that's looking. But busy day, busy week. Tomorrow's Friday. We had a bunch of Zoom and Google Hangout calls today. Seems like everybody, that's become their kind of their daily schedule, their daily life, working from home these days. But everyone's getting a little more comfortable. You can see some people that, including myself, that used to be somewhat uncomfortable on camera for work, have kind of, they're finding their groove, so to say. But it's definitely a learning experience, getting used to adapting to working remotely, working from home, being able to communicate and coordinate with your team. Luckily, we use Slack all the time, so we're used to kind of group messaging, individual private messaging, things like that. So that's kind of second nature to us. A lot of work on the Jersey Shore directory site. We had a big group call on that today and have some updates to do. Got to do some formatting for mobile, things like that, to get it looking just right. But we're getting there. It's definitely a lot better than it was a couple weeks ago. A lot better than it was day of launch. So that's really exciting to get that going. Remember, this Saturday, the 18th, is the Great Jersey Shore Takeout. Remember to, if you're along the Jersey Shore, order from your favorite local restaurant. Either pick up or delivery, help support local restaurants at the Jersey Shore. And as soon as we can get back out there, hopefully, everyone's not too scared to go back at the restaurants, get out in public, do the things we used to love to do. But I think one of the big lessons learned from this is, or will be, let's all make an effort to buy American, support local. Let's do whatever we can to bring our companies back home, and not be so dependent on overseas production and industry, especially with the pharmaceuticals. You can see how much trouble we're in right now, having to be so reliant on China. But hopefully American-based companies will bring their production back to the United States. I think pretty much everybody would be willing to pay a little bit more if they knew they were supporting American-owned companies. That includes myself. I order a tremendous amount of stuff from Amazon, and probably more than half of it comes from overseas. So I think we all have to be just a little bit more aware of what we're buying, where we're buying it from. Don't always search for the lowest price, but that it's not always about the consumer being willing to pay more. I think companies possibly need to be willing to make a little less. So somewhere in the middle, hopefully we can all find a compromise to get these companies back from overseas and really get this country humming again. It was incredible back in January and February, when the Dow plunged almost 10,000 points. Luckily it's back up almost half that. It's made it up. But the jobs numbers right now, the unemployment, another, I think, 5-something million filed for unemployment. So I think we're up over 20 million or something, which is absolutely incredible. Hopefully a lot of those jobs are there when companies can open back up. But unfortunately, I think a lot of companies, small businesses that rely on that weekly payroll or the weekly sales and revenue to keep the doors open, they may not ever reopen, and that's so unfortunate. But hopefully we can do everything we can to get those open signs turned back around on a lot of our local shops, and get people back to work, and supporting our local community. So that's a really big driver for me lately, especially with the local directory website we built. How important it is to shop local, shop small, support local. All the catchy hashtags you hear, but it's more than just a catchy hashtag. It's got to be real. It's got to be. You have to believe in it. So I'm going to do my best to follow through on that. Hopefully within the next couple weeks, by May 1st, we see some businesses opening back up again. I know I can't wait to get back out to a couple of our local restaurants we enjoy going to. Being able to go back out over the bridge onto the island, and just be out without the worry of having to wear a mask or gloves or any of that stuff. So that's about it for tonight. We're gonna try to stay true and keep our string of 25 videos alive. I think tonight's number 16. So hopefully by next Friday, maybe. I don't know when the 30th is or the 25th is. We'll have finished up our 25. So hope everyone's doing well. Stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.